brain flu, slick with ectoplasmic juice.
Static energy, a fire that fuels our memory.
What genealogy with spiritual topography?
Questions for your answers. We are data necromancers.
This lost episode was recorded on the 29th of September in 2022. It has been harvested for your entertainment. Enjoy.
Where did my mustache go? Hello, everybody.
Where's my mustache?
I'm in OBX and Megan is in Austin. Look at how pristinely tropical OBX is.
Yeah, you guys want to see how fucking OBX the OBX is?
Did you guys know you can add mustaches too?
It's a storm.
Oh, it is storming.
It's just gray. It's a gray day. My family's over there playing trivia and card games and stuff.
Well, I don't want to keep you too long.
No way, dude. I told them I had a very important meeting.
Oh, shit.
I'm jealous of your mustache.
Yeah, wait, why don't you have a mustache? You've got a... Oh, you know what I did? I just updated Zoom before I got on this call. That might have something to do with it.
Well, I'm not doing that, am I?
No, don't fucking do that. I wanted to open up today's pod with something I heard while I was on a plane.
Let's hear it.
And it's from he's a spiritual teacher. He navigates a program called the Living Dying Project. It kind of helps people transition out of this life. And my dad died a year ago, so there's death in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Every day, all the time, forever.
All right, this is what it says. He was talking about a retreat in Thailand, or people from a retreat in Thailand coming over here and doing a retreat in America. He said they loved their parents. I was at a Tibetan retreat once, and a guy said, "Okay, we're going to open our hearts. So everybody think about your mother." Oh, wait, I forgot. This is America. Thinking about your mother doesn't open. Or thinking about your mother doesn't mean your heart is going to open. In one sense, it's one, and in the other, it's profoundly sad. I've botched that, but I was thinking about that, man. Thinking about the mother in maybe a different country in a different time, and thinking about how joyous it makes you feel, and then they're in America and they go, "Oh wait, y'all are fucked." And it doesn't.
Yeah,
open
what happens
your
when
heart.
the mother hates the child?
What happens when your mom tried to get you aborted? And here we are.
Dude, I had a little bit of a rough time with my mother recently. I won't go too deep into it because I know she watches this and I don't want to hurt her relationship. Yeah, I mean, wait, I just got a notification that my audio was bad. Are you hearing?
You did break out for a second, but you're back in. I don't know if your Wi-Fi dipped because you got a hurricane flapping at your cheeks.
Yeah, Caribbean Ian is knocking at my door, but we're trying to make our podcast happen.
Yeah, it's a Caribbean Ian special podcast.
But in regards to your father, I mean, why is mother the happiest place to be?
I don't know. I think culturally and historically, the mother is the one that bathes you and feeds you and tends to the sick. I don't remember my dad ever tending to me at any point.
Nah.
No. I remember he gave me a bowl of Trix cereal when I had the flu and I threw it up, and I remember my mom being really mad, being like, "Why would you give that to her?" And he was like, "I don't know, she's hungry."
I was trying to give her her favorite food. I didn't think that it was like whatever. I gave it to her because I love her. I don't know. But I think that my being here is mainly because of a mother who was not my progenitor necessarily, but she birthed all the people in that house that's right
crazy.
next door. So her name is Charlene. She's my dad's oldest sister. There were 6 of them. He's the youngest. She's the oldest. And we just celebrated her 80th birthday. And so over there is my cousin Lisa, my cousin Jeff, and my cousin Jimmy, all 3 her children. And then they begat, you know, all their children, and they begat all their children. And they're all over there right now. And it's all because of her. And she's definitely the matriarch of the family and the only sort of positive, reaffirming, nurturing, like totally invested and incredible mother that I'm related to.
Does that mean that there are 30 years between your dad and his oldest sister?
Probably because her oldest son, Jimmy, was my dad's age. So they kind of hung out when
That's
they were
wild.
in their 20s. Yeah, my dad was the baby of the family. I think that when he came around, nobody gave a shit about what he needed or what to do with him. He just kind of palled around with his older brother, Johnny. And the rest is history.
Yeah,
Do you have any positive examples of mothers in your life? I mean, other than yourself, because I think you're a fucking incredible mother.
Thank you. Besides the fact that I could not put my daughter down for a nap and I gave up.
That's because she loves you so much and you're like best friends and she wants to hang out with you nonstop and she doesn't want to go to sleep.
She wants to be outrageously defiant with me. That's fine. I remember. What do I remember? I remember my grandmother, I guess.
Betty?
Nope. Nancy.
Oh, okay.
My mom's mom.
Betty?
She was she made me breakfast. I thought that was like the coolest thing.
What did she make?
What is this? What
did she make?
When I would wake up, there would be a half of a grapefruit or a half of an orange on the table in a little bowl with a little spoon, and she'd let me put sugar on it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's what I remember. A piece of fruit.
Fuck yeah, I love fruit.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you have it ready to go at 6 a.m.?
She just had to cut it open, right?
Yeah, cut it open. Well, she made all the slits too, so it was easy to scoop out of there, out of its
Whoa,
shell. Yeah.
That is work. That's
Yeah.
putting in the time.
That's the love right there. That's the source mother.
Yeah. Do you eat that breakfast anymore?
No.
I see you eat peanut butter toast a lot.
It's just the easiest, most protein dense thing I can cram. How are you?
I'm good. I'm drinking champagne because my cousin Jimmy left like really nice champagne behind.
There's nothing like free, nice champagne.
Yeah, it's like a storm outside, so there's no beach, there's no going out. So we're just chilling. So we're pretending like it's a snow day and we're just drinking champagne.
Dude, I love that. What a good day.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a brat, but I don't really have to worry about going to the beach while I'm here because I went a few days, but I'm also going to go to another beach in a few days.
And it's going to slap that beach's ass open because it's incredible.
I'm pretty stoked I get to see the Atlantic and then I get to see the Pacific.
That is wild.
I don't know how this happened to me. I'm just trying to remain open and accepting of it because, you know, if I could plan it out and like go to a beach with certain people in particular times of the year, it wouldn't exactly happen like this, but I'm grateful nonetheless. And I know I'm going to make the best of the situation.
It's funny because you just did a double trip and I just did a double trip in July. And you were saying,
yeah, that's crazy.
I'm homesick. And I was like, yeah, I felt that. I was like, this is too much, but things are slamming together right now. And things on a cosmic level feel pretty strange. I feel like they feel aggressive and that they do feel cataclysmic and they do feel like they're colliding. And it hurts a little bit. It hurts it doesn't hurt, but it's kind of like somebody's holding my foot to a belt sander or something. I don't like it.
Whoa. How do you feel? What's going on?
There's just like a lot of tension in every kind of space. And I went on like a really awesome bike ride today too. And
Nice.
I don't know. It does feel beyond me. It doesn't feel like it's in that comment.
Like it's a condition of the world. Fuck
Yeah.
that person.
Dude, that
What the
comment,
fuck?
it wasn't even on a video with me or anything in it. I just went to the video that went live today because Yam and I were interested to see because he had like this girl come by and drop off her bike and taught her how to put on a slip-on her exhaust and stuff. And we were worried that people were just going to get all up in arms and whatever. And so I went to go like see this. Oh, I wonder if people are digging this video where we, hooked up this awesome lady with a new exhaust. And it was just like, what the fuck is wrong with that chick's voice? She needs to get fired. And I'm just like, man, I just came here this wasn't even the video. I don't go looking at that stuff anymore because it's such a fucking cesspool of negativity. But it's like, man, and Lucas said he's kind of feeling the same thing. Like he's dealing with his ex-band stuff popping up a lot and it's making him angry. And
okay, go ahead.
I don't know, just like randomly, right? Just like on social media or wherever, and it like pops up and then he gets mad. And I was like, man, I'm feeling that too. I'm just like, shit's being shoved in my face and I don't know why. And it makes me want to run away a little bit. And then I'm like, well, that's not the way an adult should deal with adversity. Should run towards it with an open heart.
Yeah, because I think usually people will say like, oh, that person has a face for radio, but instead they said you have a voice for video instead. Like, okay, fuck you, dude. You have a beautiful voice. How can people take issue with your voice? I close my eyes and imagine your voice. Like, it is so calming and like, I just want to find that person and hear how they sound, because they don't sound like Barry Manilow. They don't.
I just don't understand Barry Manilow.
He's a singer too, but like I meant Barry White.
I just don't understand the need to just put it out there. It's like you could just watch something else. You could just go somewhere else. You could just do something else. So there is a funny aspect of like, it's not like TV and it's on a channel. It's like, no, you're going through many links to get here and then complain.
I think, that old adage, if you don't have anything nice to say, then should you really say anything at all? But then there's also like controversy creates conversation.
Sure.
Maybe that person making that comment will somehow like flick someone's bean in another way and get some other ball rolling. I don't know. But yeah, fuck that person. Thank you very much.
I've been reading an alchemy book, and it's the book that I sent you a picture of that matched. So Megan sent me a picture of the sunset, and I was reading a book that had the same exact sunset on it.
It's interesting. I didn't know it was about alchemy. Tell me a little bit about this.
There's I should have gone and grabbed it. Pause. Let me grab it real quick.
Do you guys think that the country is falling apart? This is a question I intend to ask Whitney when she comes back. My cousins have been asking me what my plan is. And they're kind of I would say they're preppers. I was touching a subject that I want to bring up with you after your alchemy bit.
I heard the word prepper, so I'm ready for
about apocalypse preppers. Hit me with that book. Oh no, it's disappearing.
Hey guys. Oh, there it is. All right. It says, in times of change, in times of uncertainty, in times of upheaval, the desire the small self has to cling desperately to the masthead of the ship that is in turmoil, that is rocked by the waves around her, Instead, she must learn to surrender to the wave, not to predicate its outcome, but to align instead to the ship itself as valuable only in that it still supports you. But you hold the new awareness that the known can easily be moved to a new island, a new place of rest with a calm sea. The ship may be in tatters. You may be hurt from clinging so tightly to what you have believed should be. But what you will do is land on a new shore where what you have known may be known anew.
So basically, like, ride the wave instead of trying to swim against it.
Well, it goes on to talk about what Christ said, which was maybe you know better than I do. It's like, behold all things, I don't know, something about shit being new. God damn it, I can't remember.
Like the kingdom of God on earth or whatever.
It's like a really simple, wow, Whitney, way to come prepared to the podcast. Behold all things anew or something. It talks about just like you can't essentially, what's the best way? You can't describe anything because if you describe it, then you hold it in judgment. So if you say like, oh, that ungrateful person, it's like you're holding it in judgment.
And that is predicated on the fact that we are not, what is it? Judge not lest ye be judged. Like, you're judged by the same parameters you judge someone else on. Or like, you don't have the large dickiness to pass judgment. I think large dickiness was in the Bible, right?
It was chapter 1, lesson,
That's 1 Corinthians,
verse 69.
chapter 25.
The eyes of Christ do not seek to get what they want. They know who they are in agreement to being. Now the purview of the eyes of Christ is all things seen, excluding no one. And if you are willing, if you are allowing the reincarnation of the true self as who and what you are to be made manifest through you, you will have a gift in consciousness. The gift of knowing, the gift of sight, the gift of speech, the gift of love. The gift of being as expressed as the divine without question. It's almost like it just talks about essentially taking like a bristle pad to everything that you know is the only way to get the eyes of Christ. Like, and then the mantra you're supposed to repeat is I see, I know who you are. Oh shit, god damn it, my brain's fucking fried, everybody.
Your brain is beautiful. It's plodding along.
It's just a
doing its
little
best.
Oh, that's the Christ quote. Behold, I make all things new. Is and what that really means is removing everything you think you know about reality.
Yeah, that's like the best approach, right? That's even Socrates. He's like, the wise man knows that he knows nothing. Like,
yeah.
You think you know, but you have no idea. MTV behind the music, you know? I guess thinking that you have a handle on things is where you fucking lose control, because you can't possibly know, because reality is constantly changing. And knowledge is like, I know these set rules, or like this set condition, I'm familiar with it. And I guess it just goes against the way that everything is constantly moving and shifting, and you just have to adjust. You have to ride the wave instead of swimming against it, you know?
Yeah, and alchemy is holding no judgment against a lamp, a tree, I mean anything. And that's what I like about alchemy is you need to forget everything that you think you know, and you truly have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you could see every object and every person and every situation and every environment with untainted eyes, or like with fresh, clean lenses, you don't bring any of your preconceived notions to it, then you'll see it in its truest form, right?
Right.
So
Which
like,
is divinity.
oh, I've sat in a chair before. Like, I know how fucking chairs work. And then you like bend your knees to sit in a chair and it falls out from under you or something. I don't know. There are a lot of burrs here, like burrs.
Oh, like the little ones?
Yeah, they like stick in your socks and on your shoelaces. Shoelaces for me because I don't have open-toed shoes, even though I'm at the beach. But we like have been playing basketball a lot. Me and my little, I guess he's like my second cousin twice removed or something. His name is Tilton James, but we call him
Tilton?
Ty. Tilton, Tylton.
Tilton. I've never. Wow. Tilton.
He's a special boy. So
Oh,
I've
that's
been playing
crazy.
basketball with Ty, and our team name is called Buckets. And you have to fart when you pass, and you have to poop when you shoot. So every time you shoot the ball, you have to like say some type of poop, like turd, or his favorite is like diarrhea green. And he's like 8 years
My
old.
my fucking guy.
He's my
Yeah, it's so funny.
guy.
You're like, we're playing this game called Buckets. I was like, man, I would immediately go like, oh, we're playing this game called Fart Until You Die.
Exactly.
But it's like, but then the premise of the game sounds right up my alley.
Our team name is Buckets. We're just we're pooping while we're shooting, basically. But I do shooty hoops at home all the time by myself, and doing it with Ty, it's like a fresh new approach to the game because we're adding poop and farts to it. So I don't know if that goes
sign me
along
up.
with our alchemy.
Yeah.
It's like we're seeing it with
Whoa!
new eyes. I don't know. I just reached down and touched my foot and there was a burr in it. So that's why I brought up the burrs. The
All right.
suburbs, Burr City, USA. That's what we say when it goes into the burrs. Because they stick in the basketball.
Oh, that's how sharp they are?
Yeah. And you have to like flick them off before you can pass it. It's pretty gnarly.
Nothing like a plant that knows what it's doing than dropping bombs on passerbys.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool because it's seed dispersal strategy. It's like, you think you're gonna walk by without taking me with you, motherfucker?
I'm a part of you.
Yeah, it's pretty gnar. I don't know. Seeds, fruit, mothers,
Preppers.
dispersal, preppers. Yeah, my cousin Jeff. I didn't know what he was talking about until his son Cliff came and asked me the same thing. He was like, "We need you to come back home so I can protect you." I'm like, that's cool, man. I thought maybe because my dad's dead, he thinks I need protection.
No.
But then Cliff was like, "Hey, you got a fella?" I was like, "Yeah, I do have a fella." He's like, "Does he dig taters?" It's like, "Does he dig taters? What do you?"
Like, does he like them, or is he actively digging them out of the ground, or does he know how to find them, or what?
He's like, "Does he plant and dig taters?" I was like, "Well, no, but I have a friend with a garden that produces a lot of food." And he's like, "Okay, good." I was like, "I have friends who have guns. I have friends who have like, I feel like I'd be okay in an apocalyptic situation."
And I think,
But they want me to come home so I can dig taters with them.
no, because they want you on their team and they want to protect you.
Yeah,
and I'm sure-
mostly because I'm a female.
Right. What I think a lot of these preppers don't realize, like, to me, if I was like, okay, end of the world's tomorrow, my first thing is not hoarding supplies. It is understanding systems that I could use to my benefit. Like, "Hey, Lucas, you got to hook up at the pharmacy at the hospital." Yeah, no, I know we're, tapping into systems that when you're this close to the border won't disrupt, making friends with gardeners and stuff, like, because it's like, what happens if you prep you prep your house, right? You got shit.
Yeah.
Then you run out. That's the thing I've never understood is like you will run out of shit. So I don't understand hoarding resources versus like maybe thinking about bigger systems.
I think that's pretty smart, but what they do, they like live off the land.
Right.
So they don't have to hoard supplies because they make them renewable.
Yeah.
the
Like
earth.
that's how serious they are.
Yeah, man. I mean, what's gonna happen? Like, do
Well,
they mean the next presidential election, everything's
I
gonna
don't
fall
know.
apart?
We only have 10 more minutes. We got to cram our thoughts into 10 minutes.
Okay. I have
Are you
zero
ready to go?
thoughts.
I know
I
it's
missed the shit out of you, goddamn.
Give me back.
Give me a fucking kiss.
Yeah, it's like things are so massive now. They are so big. And so if they were to fail, I think it's going to look different than what they think it is. Because we've since the dawn of time, we've always had this humanitarian sort of stereotypical end of the world scenario, right? And you see it in movies and TV. And I'm like, you don't know that because it hasn't, maybe the last time I got that close was like the Black Plague or the Great Depression or something where mass.
I'm sure every time there's a war, people thought the world was ending. Too.
Yes.
Like fucking bombings and
yeah.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We're just talking about the Guernica, the Basque country, and like trying to secede from Spain. It's just like there's so much going on. There's so many people everywhere and so many different systems, like you said. Like,
yeah, and then
it just makes me tired. Like, where do I fit in?
I think about Costa Rica and I think about Mexico and how their governments have already failed them. And they're okay. I mean, like you don't have the variety of choice when it comes to certain products or the way things are getting done.
You don't have white cheddar Cheez-Its,
No,
you just have one kind of Cheez-It.
You get one type of Cheez-It, one kind of Dorito when you're down there, but it's like they're okay. And their governments are corrupt as fuck and not helping them and have already crumbled.
Are they okay or are they run by the cartel? Or are they
I don't
just
know.
subject to the cartel?
Yeah, it's like partially lawless. Well, I think when I think of Mexico, I think about like all the times that I've been in rural Mexico where there is no cops, if you call them. And, you got to kind of figure that shit out on their own. It's like there's a lot of people who've already kind of been living like it's like there is no order.
So are they living off the land?
Yeah, they are. Well, but you've been to California and Mexico or Costa Rica. There's fucking food everywhere. Like it's just thriving. You don't have to go to a store. It's everywhere all the time.
So in Texas, we better get fucking used to eating pecans
and squirrels.
Pomegranates and squirrels. And
it's so funny. I talk about not hoarding resources, but I just bought 30 pounds of rice.
Yeah.
It was on sale. So, I just grabbed it.
I have as much food as my tiny apartment will hold. Like I have a gigantic 10-pound bag of basmati rice up there.
So you're ready for the end.
I don't know. Like, how long could I really last if everything fell apart?
There's only one way to find out.
But
that's another thing too, is like, I don't cling to life enough to like be terribly worried about it. I'm like, if I don't know, like if I've got 1 year left, let's fucking do it up. Did
you ever see the movie The Road, where I guess Viggo Mortensen is like running around with his son or something? I just don't. God, I hate to think of this situation. I don't want to be like out there and getting robbed and raped and shit and like not, like, Jesus, do I really have to have a big fucking gun in order to withstand the end
No,
of
you just
times?
gotta know somebody who will watch your back while you're sleeping, shitting.
Right. So
I'll do that for
hello.
you.
let's take turns.
Look, we know doctors, we got a nurse, we've got antibiotics, we've got a shit ton of what are those called? Not tracheotomies, the fucking things. Dude,
I
this
don't
is
want a
embarrassing.
tracheotomy. I'm fine. I don't need
Got
it.
emergency medical supplies, which is the only thing that's in my bug
I'm
out
gonna
bag.
study up on, foraging. When I was in middle school, I got this book from the library that was all about survival. And it was like, here's how you turn your fucking sleeping bag into a raft. And like, here's the food you can eat if you're in this region of the United States. And for some reason, I was really into it back then. But now I'm like, I might just lay down and die.
That might be the better option is to be the first to go. I've got a book like that, but it's on like how to live, like how to build a house underground. And I was like, I like that.
Like Earthship?
Yeah, like just like an earth home. We could grow potatoes in our walls if we wanted to.
I want that. I think the biggest thing that we have to remember is that individuals aren't going to survive. Like, we need to come together and make a plan for all of us, right? Like, as many people as we can. Or is that a bad plan because then we'll run out of resources?
I think that there's a lot more resources than we think there are.
As long as people keep farming.
As long as people keep farming, as long as people keep tending to them, they're there. It's in excess right now too. So
I know, it's a fucking bummer every time we have to throw food away. It's like, this is not how it's supposed to be. This is not what our abundance is supposed to equal.
yeah, just throwing it away all the time. Football fields worth of just totally usable food. Dude,
Yeah.
blueberries are $9. That's how I know the end is near. Because I was like, oh my gosh.
I know, I was in the grocery store yesterday with my cousin. She was like, this, 4 ounces of butter flavored Crisco is $9.
Yeah,
Like, wait.
yeah.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. So I think my cousin Cliff and his dad Jeff really have, they're onto something, maybe. And they'll be ready for it.
I wasn't kidding when I was like, Aaron, how do we get to Costa Rica without a plane?
They have that yellow boat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm just going to go live at the beach. Fuck everyone else. Like,
I know how to open a coconut. I know how to fucking start a fire.
yeah, we'll grill fish and wipe our ass with seawater.
It's like the world's largest bidet. Just wait for a wave to come crashing in and point your butt at it.
Yeah, it's salty. It's perfect. It's the perfect toilet paper if you think about it.
Do you want to talk on the phone after this? Because I feel like we need more.
We need more.
We need more.
And we've got 2 minutes left. It's got a nice little
Do you
timer
work
up here.
tomorrow?
Yeah, and I need to be working right now. Instead, I went and bought 30 pounds of rice. We're making ramen tonight.
Nice. Tonkatsu?
Beef,
Oh, wow. Cool. Love
beef
it.
and mushroom.
Dude, I've been eating pork and beef and shrimp and clams and
Oh my
sausage
God.
and
Whoa.
fucking everything.
You're ready for the end of the world, man. You had your
I am
last supper.
just living it up. Everything,
Good.
anything goes. I'm just enjoying everything that comes my way. It feels really good.
Wow. You are being gifted right now.
I know. I'm just trying to be grateful, as grateful as possible. I don't want anything to be taken for granted.
How much nautical decor is in that vacation house?
I mean, there's seashells and starfish everywhere, but
I never understood that. It's like, I know I'm by the ocean. You don't need to remind me.
yeah. Well, what are they gonna decorate it with? Like pictures of skyscrapers or
Just
some
nothing.
shit?
I don't know. Just leave it alone. Like, I don't understand bringing it into the house.
Yeah, this place has really big windows everywhere, and there are no window coverings.
And
So
you're there
that I think is
alone.
the best way. Yeah, I'm all alone in this giant house.
That's amazing. Oh God, we got less than 1 minute. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for watching our pod.
I
I'm gonna be
know
out
we
of
got
town
more
next week too. Let's do it again next week.
Yes, and we've got more subscribers. I got to shout out our podcast on the other podcast I was on. So
Hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the fold. I
don't
hope you're ready to get weird.
confuse us for the lesbian couple that's having fertility issues that is also called the Megan and Whitney Show.
Oh my God. We are heterosexual life mates. We've got partners, although there's outside of us.
Neither of us have fertility issues as far as I'm concerned. So
I don't think I don't
I don't know. I don't know.